Hello, welcome to Prime Business. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. Government of Ghana has signed 3 billion Japanese yen grant agreement with the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, to overhaul the inner ring road in Kumasi. The agreement signed today by Finance Minister Dr. Kesel Atuforsen promises to drastically ease traffic congestion and improve mobility in Ghana's second largest city. Finance Minister Atuforsen has been given more details about the agreement in this report.
I'm privileged again to be here today to sign once again on behalf of the people of Ghana a grant agreement financed by Japanese government represented by JICA to invest $20 million US equivalent, about 3 billion Japanese yen, to finance the construction of a very important road network in the Ashanti region. I've seen a picture of what you intend doing here, and it's so beautiful. You see the fact that Santase runabout all the way to Ahodo is going to see a massive facelift. We are seeing some part of the road going to see almost about 4 lanes or 3 lanes in some cases. And I'm sure the good people of the Kumasi towards Ahodo and Santase and Ahodo area will be getting a massive relief. So on behalf of the people of Ghana, we thank JICA and the Japanese government for such a favor done us. And we want to say that we appreciate this partnership.
Also, the Minister for Roads and Highways, Gavin Kwame Agboja, revealed that the upgrade is part of a broader transformation plan for Kumasi's transport system.
Alternative to traffic that is not intended for Kumasi, not to even enter Kumasi at all. So we are going to do about, Douala is about over 40 kilometers from the Jisu all the way back to intersect with the road leading to Mampong. That project has already been procured with the government resources, and contractors should be mobilizing to site as we speak. And we want to take the opportunity to thank the Finance Ministry for funding many of these interventions from the ministry. With regard to this particular project, I would encourage Urban Group to ensure that the days where we tout the investment without ensuring that that investment is feasible and checkable and durable are gone. Under this government, when we make the investment, we want to see the outcome. And with the Japanese grant, evident in many of the things, including the end of the motorway, quality work delivered within time and budget. So we are going to ensure through Urban Road that we deliver this also within budget and on time. And all other projects, it doesn't have to be only Japanese project. Even if it's Ghana government funded project, must match the Japanese quality that they deliver. So we are very grateful. We want to once again thank the Finance Minister and the government for supporting the activities of the road ministry. We commit.
Away from that, starting Friday, October 3rd, 2025, cocoa farmers will receive an additional 400 cedis per bag when selling their cocoa to the Ghana Cocoa Board. This price adjustment follows a positive market forecast by stakeholders indicating improved market conditions. At an emergency press conference in Accra, Finance Minister Kesel Atuforsen announced that this increase is a revision of the previously announced price, reflecting the favorable market dynamics.
We have subsequently conveyed that meeting, and we are pleased to announce a new producer price to take effect from tomorrow, Friday, the 3rd October 2025. It is my singular honor to announce that on the basis of the changes that we have affected to the forecast, the government has taken a decision to increase the producer price of cocoa to 3,625 Ghana cedis per bag, or 58,000 Ghana cedis per ton. This simply means that per every bag purchase, the cocoa farmer is getting 400 Ghana cedis additional. Simple put, to the ordinary cocoa farmer, since my last engagement on the 4th of August to today, every bag you will purchase, you will sell to Cocoa Board, you will be getting another 400 Ghana cedis, or 4 million Ghana cedis, old Ghana cedis. 4 million old Ghana cedis. We also want to bring to your knowledge that Ghana Cocoa Board will continue to implement all the interventions to support the cocoa production and the welfare of the cocoa farmer.
Also, Ghana's cocoa deliveries to warehouses in August more than quadrupled compared to the same period last year, as an early start to the season seems to have provided quick cash to farmers. The following report has more. Data from Bloomberg showed that cocoa beans arrival in the 4 weeks ending September 4th reached 50,440 metric tons compared to about 11,000 tons delivered in the same period in 2024. Ghana this year decided to start its cocoa season in August, 2 months ahead of the date announced in previous seasons. The Ghana Cocoa Board and the Ministry of Finance before the start of the season increased prices by 4.2% to about 3,228 cedis per 64 kilogram bag for the 2025-2026 season. Some analysts believe the move will lower the incentive to smuggle beans to other countries in the region where prices are higher. Bloomberg analysis shows that the market is watching supplies from the Ghana in the Ivory Coast after a series of back-to-back poor harvests for the huge global shortage that sent New York futures soaring to a record last year. Meanwhile, the managing director of cocoa marketing company, Dr. Wisdom Dogbe, has welcomed the increment of cocoa producer price by 400 cedis. In an interview with Joy Business, he emphasized that this will help deal with the menace of smuggling.
CMC level, it's important to note that prices are impacted by market conditions. And when the minister assessed the market, the current market, he came to the conclusion that to better support our farmers, it is important to raise the farmer price by 400 cedis. So if you're a farmer today, starting from tomorrow, he said you will get an additional 400 cedis per bag. And if you do 10 bags, that's 4,000 cedis or 4 million Ghana cedis, the old money. Now, this new price, coupled with security enhancements, that should help address smuggling of Ghana's cocoa across the border. His Excellency the President is also committed, right, to safeguarding the Ghanaian farmers' income while taking the necessary steps to address smuggling of cocoa. Again, as CMC, we will pursue the best market price for the nation, taking into consideration the farmer price, and we will ensure that Ghana remains competitive on the global stage when it comes to cocoa trade. We are forecasting a yield of about 650,000 tons. Last year, we got about 600,000 in actuals. So I think the spike in warehouse deliveries is not a true reflection of what this year's crop will be. I believe it is due to hoarding of cocoa beans in anticipation of a producer price increase. So the beans that should have come earlier, that was being held back to take advantage of a new and also higher producer price. And it was important that hoarded beans got delivered timely, because the longer they held on to the beans, the more quality issues would arise, which could result in Cocoa Board's QCC rejecting cocoa beans parcels. So as soon as the producer price was announced and the season opened, there was a rush in bringing in the beans, and that is the spike that you saw.
The World Bank's Group Policy Note revealed that Ghana's income per capita has stagnated at around $2,000 over the past decade, with more than a quarter of the population living in poverty and regional disparities deepening due to limited structural transformation. Chief Executive of the Association of Ghana Industries, Sir Chum Akwabwa, has therefore called for urgent intervention through sustainable job creation.
Decade or so, we've really stagnated and we are not experiencing that much growth. And that is quite a concern, because you see Number of reforms that have come in, policies that have been implemented, discussions that have gone on, workshops of this nature that have been held, effort by governments over government to do things. Why are we stagnating? Why are we not reducing poverty? And that is really of concern. What can we do? And he mentioned that the next 4 years offers another opportunity to rethink and re-strategize. So what can we do which will be so special that to take us from this trajectory of stagnation and not growing? Because as a country, we have your population growing. We have a number of students coming out of our tertiary institutions and our universities seeking for jobs, and we are not creating the jobs. So that, for me, is quite revealing. We know that there is unemployment issue, but if for the past 10 years you are not growing and you are not creating more jobs, then that is really of concern.
Now, away from that, Maggi, Ghana's trusted culinary brand, has awarded 30 lucky winners in the grand finale of the Maggi Double Chop promotion with life-changing prizes, including cash prizes and home appliances. At a ceremony to reward customers, Maggi awarded 10,000 cedis to one of its customers. Nestle Ghana says it intends to honor its loyal customers through such promotions. Here's more.
Held from May 1st to August 31st, 2025, the grand finale of the Maggi Double Chop promotion brought together 30 winners and partners of the brand from across Ghana. Supported by the NLA's Caritas platform, Nestle Ghana launched this initiative to give back to its cherished consumers, offering exciting prizes designed to enrich lives and make meals more enjoyable. Speaking to the media after the ceremony, Deborah Kwabla, Corporate Communications and Public Affairs Manager at Nestle Ghana, reaffirmed the company's commitment to develop sustainable and people-centered campaigns that positively impact lives.
Maggi organized this promotion because we believe, and it is actually our firm belief, that consumers make the brand. And so the consumers of Maggi are the ones that make the Maggi brand. And they are the reasons we continue to produce Maggi. So this double chop promo is to give back to these same consumers who make the brand. It is their brand, and so it's an appreciation to these consumers to say thank you for being a Maggi customer, for being a Maggi fan, and continue to be a Maggi fan because we think about you beyond the brand. And that is what we have exhibited today.
The Maggi Double Chop promotion attracted over 150,000 entries nationwide. In addition to the grand finale, mini draws held across the country rewarded more than 3,500 individuals with various prizes. Mark Ochimenta, category manager for Maggi, encouraged the public to continue to patronize Maggi Cubes for delicious culinary experiences.
Maggi is more than a brand. It's about connections, connecting families, connecting friends. And it's important that these connections happen during our culinary moments when we are having meals. So brand Maggi, as part of a key player in ensuring that we are having good meals, all consumers out there, all Ghanaian consumers should continue to patronize Maggi to make those occasions or those family moments a very beautiful one. We are the global leader when it comes to culinary solutions. So anytime you think cooking, anytime you think food, Maggi comes into mind. So this is what we are about. We are about making sure that for the meals that you have, they are tasty and they are nutritious.
Winners expressed heartfelt gratitude to Nestle Ghana for the generous rewards. According to the company, the journey continues as Maggi remains dedicated to bring more flavor, innovation, and joy to every Ghanaian home.
Away from that, Delta Airlines has reaffirmed its commitment to Ghana with seasonal daily non-stop service between Ghana, Accra and Atlanta beginning 1st December 2025, reinforcing the airline's long-standing investment in the market as it celebrates its 100th anniversary, reflecting on a century marked by innovation and operational excellence. General Manager of Communications for Delta Airlines, Michael Thomas, said the airline has served as a trusted link between Ghana and the United States, boosting economic activity and reuniting families across the continent. There is more in this report.
Delta Airlines since 2006 has served Ghana with approximately 1.5 million customers on its New York JFK route. With the introduction of the new service, Delta will now operate 2 direct routes to Accra, year-round daily flights from New York JFK, and newly launched seasonal flights from Atlanta. Speaking to Joy Business, General Manager of Communications, Michael Thomas, reiterated Ghana's pivotal role in the airline's Africa strategy.
Sure, as we mark 2 decades here in Ghana, I think the investments in the operation and certainly the investments in the product on board the airplane are some of the most critical that we're doing here. So bringing an airplane like the Airbus A330-900neo that has the Delta One suites on it, which is our pinnacle experience on board the airplane, so our business class experience with a fully enclosed door, chef-curated meals. It includes just a really elevated experience on board the airplane.
Mary Abisola Bumbanyini is the manager sales West Africa for Delta Airlines.
The fact that we've been 19 years already speaks of the prospects. Otherwise, if it was not a viable market for us, we would have opted and left. Like I said before, our competitors actually opted and left, but not us. So we don't consider opting out as an option. We've decided to opt in, we're investing here, and our customers particularly value what service that we provide them, and we're happy with that.
Now, the National Development Planning Commission, working with GIZ and the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, has unveiled a new toolkit designed to integrate gender responsiveness aimed at ensuring inclusive development policies that address the needs of all segments of society. Here's more.
The toolkit to mainstream gender responsiveness in national planning is designed to serve as a structured guide for policymakers, institutions, and organizations. This is to ensure gender perspectives are incorporated into resource planning, allocation, and assessment processes. Speaking at the launch, Chief Director of the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council, Madam Lillian Baker, underscored the importance of the initiative in promoting inclusivity. She further directed all metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies to integrate the toolkit into their operations.
This toolkit empowers us to ask the right questions. These questions, once systematically applied, will lead us to a better, fairer, and more inclusive policies. Colleagues seated here, this is not optional. For the Greater Accra region, where urbanization, inequality, and poverty intersect daily, mainstreaming gender responsiveness is a matter of survival. As Chief Director, I am committed to ensuring that every metro, municipal, and district assembly in this region adopts and applies it with seriousness and agency.
Program Manager of Participation, Accountability and Integrity for a Resilient Democracy Program at GIZ, Letitia Arney, noted that the toolkit will help address long-standing disparities embedded in the social fabric that hinder gender equality.
Persistent disparities continue to influence how priorities are identified. These patterns are often deeply embedded in our social fabric and institutional practices, forming part of our ongoing struggle to build a more just and equitable society. The Gender Toolkit represents an important step forward. It brings gender perspective into sharper focus, not as an add-on, but just as an integral part of the planning, budgeting, monitoring, and evaluation processes.
Acting Director General of the Commission, Dr. Audrey Smock Amwa, emphasized that the launch has renewed commitment towards the passage of affirmative action and reinforced the need to analyze gender-related issues with greater agency.
This process gives us a fresh motivation to commit to the conscious implementation of the Affirmative Action Gender Equity Act 2024, Act 1121. It moves us from the what to the essential how to. It provides dedicated planning officers, budget analysts, and gender desk officers the step-by-step ways to analyze gender issues and incorporate them in the planning process, including monitoring and evaluation.
Optimism that the toolkit will strengthen accountability, inclusivity, and equity in Ghana's development agenda.
The African Commission on Human Rights and People's Rights has made a passionate appeal to the African leaders to promote and protect human rights to safeguard economic rights and promote development on the continent. Speaking to Joy Business at the opening of a two-day workshop in Accra, Vice Chairperson of African Commission on Human Rights and People's Rights, Honorable Janet Ramatoli Salah Ninje, stressed the need for African countries to collaborate and boost intra-African trade. There's more in this report.
The two-day workshop comes against the backdrop of regional commitments, including Agenda 2063, the African Social Policy Framework, the Africa Health Strategy, which affirm the need for socio-economic transformation. Speaking to Joy Business, Vice Chairperson of the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, Honorable Janet Ramatule Salah Nje, stated that it is imperative for African countries unite and leverage the African Continental Free Trade Area to propel the economic growth of the continent.
Heads of states of the African Union keep reinforcing the issue of African unity. We have the African Continental Free Trade Area, which is actually promoting inter-African trade and ensure that people are able to move at the regional, sub-regional level. You have ECOWAS, you have all the regional groupings that promote regional trade, free movement of persons, free movement of goods, and that people are able to trade easily. It doesn't make sense for Africans to be able to trade freely with people outside the continent. But when we try to do it within the continent, it becomes a problem. That is why the AU, in its wisdom, had put in place all these institutions and mechanisms to ensure that we're able to thrive economically, politically, socio-economic rights also at all levels, yes.
On her part, Acting Director of International Law Division at the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice, Sylvia Adusu, tells Joy Business her office is spearheading a national action plan on business and human rights, which will ensure the protection of economic rights.
As regards business in Ghana, we have recently a national action plan on business and human rights, which the AG spearheaded as well, together with SHRAJ. Now, by that plan, businesses are to respect human rights, and so Ghana is going to use that plan to move the matter forward and ensure that businesses, as they come to Ghana and as people trade, people do business in Ghana, both the businesses and the individuals will respect each other's human rights, because that is so important for Ghana.
The two-day workshop afforded participants the opportunity to deliberate on how to prioritize reproductive justice, environmental safety, economic inclusion, among others.
The countdown is on. We are days, weeks from Ghana's biggest housing and property event, the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2025. From October 23rd to 26th, the Accra International Conference Center will be the place to be for anyone dreaming of owning a home or upgrading one. And this year, top security solutions provider Superlock Technologies will be there, showcasing cutting-edge door and locking securities and systems that combine style with safety. Jacob Kwashi represents Superlock Technologies in Ghana and tells us more about what makes their security doors the best.
Superlock Technology, we deal in security doors, we deal in balustrade, we deal in internal doors, we do kitchens, we do wardrobes, anything that has to do with a household. So we are there. Currently, we are running a promo on our kitchens and then our balustrade. You get 20% on all the kitchens you buy from us. You get 20% on all the wardrobes you do from us. And then as well as you get 15% on all the doors you buy from us. One special thing about Superlock is that when you buy, we do the installation, we do after sales service. We also give you 5 years warranty on all our security doors. And our security doors are non-broken security doors.
Something like this I see.
Yes.
I mean, it's very, very attractive.
Very heavy, very heavy. Made from Israel. This is an Israeli made, Israeli made. Has 8 to 10 multi-locking system. Nobody is able to break through Superlock security doors. That's why we are the best so far. Very nice and classy. This one is just perfect for your home. Like, it's perfect for your homes. Yeah. So when you have Superlock, you have the best. That's why Superlock, you deserve the best. Yes. Yes, these ones too are for, let's say, back doors, like back security doors. Yeah. It can also go to your front doors, but mostly people prefer this for your back doors because people, if they target your front door and they don't get you, they go to the back. So Superlock, we secure the front and we secure back. That's why Superlock got you. Yeah.
That's all for business here on Prime Business. My name is Winston Taki. Thanks for watching. Up next is Prime Sports.